1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon, hoping you will tune into our show.
It's one thing to do stuff like roller coasters or something that's not going to kill you. But, I mean, there was another couple, an American woman and a Russian husband. She was Francis, he was Sergei, and Arsentev was their name. Anyway, back in, I think it was in 2009, they decided to climb Mount Everest. She was actually the first she was the first woman to climb Mount Everest, and they did it without oxygen. Now, again, these days, when something's been done often enough, May is the time people climb Everest. That's the most favourable conditions. And you may have seen recently, if you watch any kind of, perhaps online, the lines, the queues on Everest of people. I mean, it's been so completely oversubscribed now, such that Nepal and the other, where the Sherpas are, they don't quite know what to do. They try and limit the numbers, and obviously they do to some extent. But anyway, so this couple, I think, as I say, it was in 2009. Let me just check that. Yeah, 2009. They wanted to be the first couple to climb to the top without oxygen and then come back down. Now, if you think, humans can breathe just about at 14,000 feet on those horrible aeroplane disaster films, or in fact it's true. If there's a decompression, a pilot has to get the plane down probably to 10,000 feet, but if you get below 14,000 feet, apparently you'll be able to breathe properly. And that's what happens if there is a problem. They bring the plane down quickly and the masks drop down. So above 14,000 feet, where the air is rarefied, we can't really breathe. So people climbing Everest, they take oxygen, the vast majority. Some have done it without oxygen, quite incredibly, but there's always the risk of altitude sickness, which is a killer. Anyway, this couple did it. She was the first woman to do it without oxygen, and they both were coming down, and they both were hit between the eyes with altitude sickness, and they died actually on the slopes. Now, I think his body sort of fell and disappeared. Her body was there for a few years afterwards, and I think she was called a sleeping beauty because other climbers each year were going past her. And indeed, there are lots of bodies, sad to say, on Mount Everest. It's almost like, they can't get them down. So you almost wonder if the people who died there, they were doing what they loved, and their bodies don't decompose either because of the cold conditions. Anyway, don't want to go into that, but you've got to say, why did that couple risk their life and actually lost their lives, their one chance at this incredible existence, by doing that? Now, going back to holding your breath, you probably don't know the answer to this, and I'm not going to ask you to do it. But how long do you think you could hold your breath for? What, just as a ballpark figure, how long do you think? You can try it later if you want.
Probably 90 seconds, I reckon.
Yeah, that's a good guess, because again, I've not tried it for years. I think I was at school when I last tried it, but they say between 30 and 90 seconds is what people can do. But of course, we have this breathing reflex, this involuntary reflex, because we have to breathe. And of course, if our brains are starved of oxygen they say for 4 minutes, it can be lethal. Now, obviously, the free diver wasn't affected like that. And to give you another example, there's a world record for somebody, and this was only done last year, somebody holding their breath. And I'll ask you how long you think it's for. Let me tell you, he's another free diver, and his name is Vitomir Maricic. And he held his breath recently, last year, at the bottom of a 3-meter pool. It's quite cold water.
1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon, hoping you will tune into our show. It's hosted by Cuz. He'll introduce the gang who'll make the show go with a bang, with fun.
It's quite cold water.
Yeah.
He laid on the bottom and he created a new world record. I don't know how much he beat the previous one by, So have an estimate, have a guess how long you think he held his breath at the bottom of that pool. The world record holder for the free dive, Herbert Nish, took 9 minutes to get. They got him back up again. So what do you think this man held his breath for? How long?
Maybe just over 10 minutes.
No, it was actually 29 minutes and 3 seconds.
Wow.
It seems incredible, doesn't it? And he's
Wow.
right as rain. I mean, his brain didn't starve of oxygen. Often thought that because the coldness of the water is obviously made cold,
Yeah.
somehow preserves the activity of the brain, something like that. 29 minutes and 3 seconds. And just one other sort of interesting bit of trivia on this. We all know Tom Cruise. And
Yeah.
in his movies, he's well known for doing his own stunts. I mean, he's always been known to do that, virtually all of them, whether it's hanging onto helicopters, albeit with a safety line. But of course, they don't show you that in the movie. That's all cleverly cut away. But he does his own stunts. Now, one of his Mission Impossible films in 2015 was called Rogue Nation. So you can watch this for yourself to see this. But he trained extensively because there was a scene where normally a stuntman would have had to be underwater quite a long time. Right. So he trained for quite a while before the film was made with free divers to learn how to do this. And incredibly, really, he managed to achieve 6.5 minutes underwater, not breathing.
Wow.
Hi there, how you doing? All right? It's good to see you.
Hi guys.
So yeah, 6.5 minutes, and in the film itself, which we can see if we look it up, as I say, Mission Impossible. What did I say it was called?
Rogue Nation.
Rogue Nation. In 2015, he's under the water for 6 minutes. Tom Cruise, and again, you've got to be risking things, but he was quite prepared. He was quite prepared to do that, wasn't he? So we've just been saying that about people who take risks, you know, with their lives, Jerome, and why they do it, why our personalities are like they are, and we then relate that to why do we behave in certain ways? Do we really have any great choice about what we do? Because 50% of our personalities are genetic. We don't really get much choice in that. The rest of it is upbringing, environment, you know, life experiences, and that makes us what we are. But we're all still pretty different. So we're looking.
1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon, hoping you will tune into our show. It's hosted by Cuz. He'll introduce the gang who'll make the show go with a bang.